Well, I had another awesome hunt at that massive permission. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Now, this episode is going to pick right up where we left off in last week's episode. I had been hunting at a very old sidewalk at my newest permission that I've come to call the massive permission because it's 3 acres in the middle of a very old town. Now, I found so much on this trip that I couldn't fit it all into last week's episode. And trust me, there's a ton of stuff I have to show you still, including a find that I'd never even seen or even heard of before. It's very cool. I tell you, it was a great day of metal detecting out there with my Equinox 900, and I really hope you enjoy watching this one. Well, I'll tell you, I'm really starting to like this sidewalk strip area here. Just another obvious signal, nice high tone, high 70s, low 80s in there, and got another weedy. This one's going to be a 42 from the Philadelphia Mint, so very happy to have that. Well, this one was giving me an 8890, again, right along the sidewalk here. And pretty cool. I think it's a piece left over from the house that once stood here. Check it out. Very neat. That is a finial, probably to the iron fence that went around the little front yard of this particular house. I can just picture it. Oh, check this out. Actually has something on it. It's got a patent number. Oh yeah, hang on just a second. Yep, gotta love when that happens, because now, hopefully, I don't know, let's see if I can make out the number. Looks like 280746, something like that. Hopefully that'll help me date this piece. Well, this one was giving me a 72, and about 4 inches down, I got another wheat penny. I think, let's see, what is this? Yep, 1945 Philadelphia Mint. So definitely happy to have yet another wheat penny. Well, still swinging right along this sidewalk strip, and got a nice little high tone right here. Dug down about 6 inches and pulled another weedy out. This is going to be a 45 from the Philadelphia Mint. Ooh, the lighting's tough here. But very happy to have that. And yeah, I think that's the second 45 I've gotten today. Well, I double checked the hole before I left. There was another signal in there, and I pulled out another weedy and another 1945 Philadelphia Mint. 245 Philadelphias in the same hole. That's pretty cool. Still working the sidewalk strip, and I just went a foot from where I got the two 1945 Wheaties. Got another high tone, said it was still in the hole, gave it a pop, and out popped another Wheatie. And another 45 Philadelphia Wheatie. That's insane. Someone must have had a brand new roll of pennies and just threw them along this sidewalk strip. Well, nothing crazy, but kind of unusual, so I thought I'd film it. I was getting a 30, and I dug down and I saw the edge, and I thought, oh, I can. And I'm thinking, I don't know, weird number, but I pulled it out, and I'm like, oh, no wonder it was giving me a 30. Rusty side up, chrome side down. It's an old gas cap, and this particular style was usually used on 60s, 70s step side pickups and vehicles like that, but pretty cool little piece. Just had to show you that one. Well, I might have something interesting in this hole. Boy, I tell you, what a day this has been. Getting a 7172 signal, and of course the ground is crazy hard. Took me a while to get down to it, but I finally saw it, and I threw it up on the drop cloth. Check it out. Now, I think I might have a button. I saw the backside when it slid out. Let's see. Man, that's a weird one, because I don't even see where the shank would be. Isn't that weird? Huh. Well, no idea. Let me get it brushed off, and it's heavy. It's ringing up a 71.2 out of the hole as well. So, kind of high for lead, but I don't know. Let me get it cleaned up and see if there's anything on it at all. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know what to make of this. It seems to be brass. It's heavy. But look at that. That's what's on the other side. Maybe it was a base to something. I kept thinking like toy soldier. Obviously not that, but maybe, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of those old Marx toys. The toy signs, they would have a base like that possibly. But I'm not sure. It's definitely old, definitely interesting. Well, I'll tell you, this is weird. I went about 10 feet from that last target, kind of a mystery find, and got a 65, 67 right here. Dug down, and can you believe I found another one? But this is, I'm starting to think this may be a button, that this is the front side, and this is the back side, but this one, I can actually make out some numbers. Let's see if I can get you in on this. I can make out a 2 and a 1 and a 5. So, the mystery deepens. I thought maybe this had a shank on it, but it's just an odd thing. So, whatever it is, I've got 2 of them. Well, I got a really sweet high tone on the 900, and give me like a 91, 92. Once I flipped the plug, it started hitting 94, 95, but it was such a nice tight target. I was definitely had high hopes, and yeah, it turned out to be something pretty darn cool. Let me get you down in here. Looks like I have a great coat button. World War I or II. Looks like a great seal. I don't feel a shank. Oh yeah, it got whacked pretty good. I think this is definitely going to be a World War I, because I can see the vertical lines in the design, or horizontal ones. I'll tell you what, let me get this brushed off, I'll give you another look at it, but I love finding these, and this was the big greatcoat they wore during the winter. So, very nice find. I'll get it brushed off and be right back. Well, there it is. It is beautiful. Other side, not so much, but if you have to have a side that's going to be beautiful, let it be this one. Very cool. Definitely happy to have that. And yeah, I tell you, what a day at this sidewalk. Well, I think I have something pretty cool in this hole. Getting a super solid 62, and I dug down and got that big old wicked bent rusty nail, but I'm like, nah, that cannot be it. I went back over the hole, got another solid 62. It was still down there. Now I have to be careful. This ground is so hard. I have to put so much force behind the digger that I really have to go wide and just pop these things out, because I don't want to hit them. And when I did, I put it over here and gave it a pop, and it came out. And this is what I ended up with. It's very interesting. So I grabbed the camera, I saw the shape, and I'm like, whoa, that's interesting. And so then, let's see. Okay, check that out. It's like a big leaf. Wow, that is pretty cool. Now look at this. My first instinct is to say that this is a sash buckle. But I don't know, because see that right there? That's almost like, it reminds me more of a suspender buckle. But could you imagine someone wearing that on their suspenders? I mean, that is really big. So I'm not sure exactly what it is right now. I'll get it cleaned up. This is a great candidate for apple cider vinegar. And it should turn out pretty nice. And wow, that is an awesome, really awesome find. Well, this one was giving me a nice strong 61-3 target, signal, and I guess it was about 4 or 5 inches. It took forever to get down to it, but I finally popped it out, and yeah, looks like it's half of a compact. You can see where it hinged, but no idea. Looks like the bottom part, hopefully there's something on it, but I'll put this in apple cider vinegar when I get home and give you a better look at it. Well, pretty close to the sidewalk here at the top of the rise. Getting a 61-3 signal right in there. Dug down and I finally got it. And it's a pretty mangled harmonica reed plate, which is very cool. Always happy to see them. Always know I'm in an old area when I get these. So I was pretty pleased with that. And then I was kind of eyeballing inside the hole, just looking for marbles or anything before I closed it up, and I saw a little tiny piece of metal, round piece of metal sticking out the side, and I gave it a pop, and check it out. I got the tiniest little girl's ring. It's gonna be difficult to see, but look at that. I think it has a really tiny little stone in it, and it is old. Isn't that cool? So, pretty darn neat. And I'll get this cleaned up. I think it's got a bit of a design to it, and I think it's gonna be kind of pretty. So, I don't know if it's focusing or not, but nice little find. Definitely a nice little find. Well, another 73 signal and another old Wheatie. Looks like this one's going to be a 55 from the Denver Mint Mark. So, another old coin. Ton of Wheaties on this sidewalk. Well, I was getting an 81, anywhere from 78 to 81 on this one. Dug down a ways, about 6 inches, and saw this pop out, slide out from the dirt. Looks like I have an old button, possibly. Don't know. We're gonna find out together. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like a folded over shank right there. Boy, that's tough. Might be another great seal. Little cuff button, or boy, that's tough to tell. Don't think it's Civil War. Huh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to work on it. So let me get a brush to it and I'll be right back. Well, there it is. It's another Great Seal button. This time a small little button, cuff style. And you can see the shank a little bit better, but yeah, I'll try to clean up as best I can when I get home, but hey, I won't complain about that. It's a nice little find. Well, this is kind of cool. It's giving me a pretty nice high tone here. Upper 60s, low 70s. And this ground is horrible. Oh my gosh. Months and months no rain, but I finally got it. And check it out. It's part to an old razor. And I think it's let me see. Made in USA. I think it's a Gillette. It's hard to tell from here. I think it says Ever Ready right there. Isn't that cool? It says Ever Ready. Yeah, it definitely says Ever Ready over here too. So very cool, very old razor, and just a neat thing to dig up. Well, another nice high tone. Said it was deep, like 8-10 inches, and I'd say that was a pretty good. That was pretty good on the money there. I finally popped it out, and there it landed. Oh, I worked for this one. That's pretty cool though. Looks like another half to a compact. Might have the design half this time, so pretty cool. I'll get it cleaned up. We'll get a look at it, but definitely finding lots of compacts and makeup related pieces out here, so very cool. I'll tell you, sometimes this is a very strange hobby. It's weird how things happen sometimes. You might recall earlier I found those two, I don't know if they're buttons or anything. I mentioned I thought they were kind of a base to something maybe, and well, you know, I come over here and I mentioned that it might be a base to a toilet soldier. And I was like, I ruled that out, but guess what? I just found a base to a toilet soldier. Looks like he took off so fast he left his shoes. Very cool. Sometimes they have a little something on the bottom of these, but very cool though. Probably early 1900s to 1930s. So, that's funny. Well, I think I have something very cool in the hole here. It was giving me a 5960, and as you can tell, I'm still working the sidewalk strip. It's been very lucrative. And got a 5960 signal here, and I was thinking, whoa, maybe I'll get an Indian. Been getting all these Wheaties. So I dug down, and first thing I saw was this old wire. And I was like, oh darn. But I went over the hole again, and the number improved to a 6263. So I kept digging down, threw the dirt up on the drop cloth, saw something slide out, and I grabbed my camera, and check this out. I think I've got something interesting. First I thought it was like a clock gear, but then I noticed it might have a cross at the top, right up here. And oh, it sure does. Wow. This is a very old religious medallion. I have never seen one like this. It has Jesus and the crucifixion at the top, and this beautiful design. Wow. That is stunning. Look at this. Oh, I'm so thrilled with this. I love finding old relics from Christianity, and I've always loved finding this type of thing. And this is such a unique design. Ah, so cool. Well, let me get this one cleaned up. That's got, well, it has stuff on the backside too. Some kind of writing. A patent pending. I'm going to put this one early 1900s, maybe into the 1800s, but let me get it cleaned up and I'll be right back. But, oh, what an incredibly awesome looking piece. Well, check this out. Got it cleaned up. And it is awesome. If you notice down on the bottom, it says KFC, which is Knights of Columbus. So that's very cool. And I believe that was a fraternal order of Catholic men So that is just awesome. Definitely put that late 1800s, well, I don't know, definitely early 1900s. Probably late 1800s just by the style of it, but so very, very cool. Sorry about the traffic, guys, but sidewalks are always near streets. Man, am I happy with this one. Just such an incredible piece. Well, I have to say, finding that Knights of Columbus rosary ring at the end of the hunt really blew me away. I have never found one of those before, and frankly, I don't think I've ever even heard of those before. It just goes to show you never know what's going to come out of that last hole. I'll tell you, that was such a cool find. And here's another look at all the very cool finds I was able to recover in this episode. Well, just like Maxwell House, I always endeavor to make Finding America episodes good to the last drop. And do you know who was responsible for that slogan? Well, those words were first uttered by Teddy Roosevelt after he was served a cup of Maxwell House coffee all the way back in 1907. And Maxwell House liked it so much, they made it their slogan. Now, don't go anywhere just yet, because I have more awesome historical images of our great country coming up in just a few seconds. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.